Even though he took steroids, there is no doubt that Alex Rodriguez is a generational talent. He was a 5-tool player in his prime and is one of the greatest baseball players ever. But what you may not know is before A-Rod was in pinstripes, he was almost traded to their biggest rival. So why didn't Rodriguez end up in Boston, and what would have happened if he did? In January of 2001, Alex Rodriguez left the Mariners and headed to Texas, signing a record-setting 10-year, $252 million contract. That equates to over $365 million in today's money. But A-Rod's time in Texas wouldn't last as long as originally thought. Throughout his 3 seasons with the Rangers, his numbers were some of the best he had in his entire career, and he won AL MVP in 2003. But despite stellar seasons from Rodriguez, the Rangers were still far from being a playoff contender. In the 3 seasons Rodriguez was in Texas, the Rangers had a combined winning percentage of .444, which is one of the worst in the league during that 3-year span. With a continuous losing record and near 25% of the team's payroll being written out to A-Rod, Rangers owner Tom Hitz decided it was time to move on from Rodriguez and take the team in a different direction. And at the end of the regular season, A-Rod told the Rangers owner that he would only accept a trade with 2 teams, the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees. October 26, 2003, just a day after the Yankees lost the World Series to the Florida Marlins, the Yankees were in contact with the Rangers on Rodriguez. The talk didn't last long, as on the left side of the infield the Yankees already had their star shortstop Derek Jeter and ALCS hero Aaron Boone. But with Boston, talks were starting to progress. After a devastating loss in Game 7 of the ALCS against the Yankees, Boston was willing to do whatever it took to land a superstar, and Rodriguez looked like a perfect fit. To make the deal work, Red Sox GM Theo Epstein told Alex that he would have to reduce the average annual value on his contract down by $4 million a year. In return for the lost AAV, the Red Sox gave A-Rod rights to his likeness, and shortly after, a deal was in place. Alex Rodriguez signed on the dotted line and was headed to Boston in exchange for 31-year-old outfielder Manny Ramirez, cash, and a 19-year-old lefty by the name of John Lester. The deal was agreed upon by both teams, and Alex Rodriguez was ready to join the Red Sox. But before a press conference showcasing Boston's new superstar could take place, A-Rod received word that the trade was off. On December 17th, the Major League Baseball Players Association announced that the trade would not be approved due to violations of the collective bargaining agreement, citing that the Red Sox were trying to devalue an existing contract. A-Rod was devastated, saying he got toasted drunk and threw up that night. It looked like Alex Rodriguez was going to be staying with the Rangers after Tom Hitz declared the deal was totally dead. 1 month later, Aaron Boone destroyed his knee playing basketball, and the Yankees gave the Rangers a call, but it wasn't for Rodriguez. The Yankees were working on a deal to get the Rangers backup third baseman Mike Lamb, and during the call, A-Rod's name was brought up, but the Rangers were very hesitant. After the news broke out that the Rangers almost traded away their biggest superstar to Boston, the team's relationship with their fans was not in a great place. Negotiations continued for the next few days, and after A-Rod agreed to move from shortstop to third base, he was headed to the Yankees, and the rest was history. But what if the MLBPA approved the trade? What if A-Rod's dream came true, and he got to see the Magic versus Bird scenario he wanted with him and Jeter? Let's take a quick look. In a corresponding move after the A-Rod trade was approved, the Red Sox sent shortstop Nomar Garciaparra and reliever Scott Williamson to the White Sox in exchange for outfielder Melagio Ordonez and pitching prospect Brandon McCarthy, just like they were planning to do in real life. Without a third baseman due to Aaron Boone's injury, the Yankees complete the trade previously discussed with the Rangers for backup third baseman Mike Lamb. But other than that, the rest of the 2004 offseason remains the same. Bartolo and Vlad still go to the Angels, and Gary Sheffield still goes to the Yankees. At the 2004 trade deadline, Nomar Garciaparra is not traded to the Cubs and stays with the White Sox, and Orlando Cabrera does not get traded to the Red Sox. Now that the Red Sox have A-Rod, there is no need to trade for Cabrera, and he stays in Montreal for the rest of the year. With the addition of Rodriguez, the Red Sox would have a better team for the time being. Although Rodriguez doesn't put up the same numbers as he was with the Rangers, he would be placed in the middle of an already loaded Red Sox lineup, and he leads the Red Sox to their first division title in nearly 10 years, beating out the Yankees by just 2 games. After beating the Twins and the Angels in their respective series, the Red Sox and the Yankees meet again in the ALCS. But this time, the Red Sox win in only 5 games and go on to win their first World Series title in 85 years. 2004 offseason. Instead of going to the Red Sox, shortstop Edgar Renteria signs a 4-year deal with the Cubs, and due to the size of A-Rod's contract, the Red Sox are not able to get close to the offer they gave Pedro Martinez in real life, so he still ends up going to the Mets. And with a lack of outfield depth after trading Manny Ramirez to the Rangers in the Rodriguez deal last year, the Red Sox signed Eric Young Sr. on a 1-year deal. 2005 is where things really start to change, and let's start with the 2005 draft. In real life, the Red Sox had 2 compensation picks in the first round of the 2005 draft, which they used to draft Craig Hansen and a young center fielder from Oregon State by the name of Jacoby Ellsbury. But in this timeline, Orlando Cabrera was never traded to the Red Sox, which means the Expos, who are now the Washington Nationals, get that compensation pick and draft Jacoby Ellsbury 23rd overall. In the 2005 season, Alex Rodriguez wins his first MVP with the Red Sox, with teammate David Ortiz finishing right behind him in the voting. With stellar seasons from A-Rod and Big Papi, the Red Sox just again beat out the Yankees for another AL East crown. But in the playoffs, the Red Sox still fall to the White Sox, this time in the ALCS. And former Red Sox Nomar Garciaparra wins ALCS MVP as the White Sox go on to win the 2005 World Series. But after 2005, things would really start to decline for Boston. The lack of depth in the Red Sox pitching staff would truly start to show. First round pick Craig Hansen was rushed to the majors way too quickly and struggled as soon as he was called up. Josh Beckett and Curt Schilling led one of the worst pitching staffs in the league. No matter how good the Red Sox offense would have been with A-Rod, they wouldn't be able to catch up with the runs their pitching staff was giving up. So would the Red Sox still have won the World Series in 2007 if the Alex Rodriguez trade went through? While looking at the addition that Rodriguez would have provided, we also have to look at the subtractions. While yes, 2007 Rodriguez had another MVP season, we know that 1 or 2 players can't carry an entire team. Sorry, Mike. But based on the transactions at the time, it is likely that Jacoby Ellsbury wouldn't have been drafted to the Red Sox, the signing of JD Drew may not have happened, along with the trade for Coco Crisp, and in a few years, no more John Lester. While there is no exact way to tell what the direction of the Red Sox front office would have been in this situation, I don't see a way this version of the Red Sox could top the 2007 Indians, and that leaves us with one question. Are the Red Sox better off that the trade never happened? I honestly can go either way on this, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Are the Red Sox lucky that the trade was never approved? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet. We are creeping up on 40,000 subscribers, and I have another video coming later this week, and I'm excited to announce something in that video. You guys will just have to wait and see. But thanks again to all of you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.
Bring me back the pain, bring me back the late nights. Everything will change, turn it into a paradise. Girl, I want your love, didn't reciprocate. Take everything we've done, don't wanna let it go to waste. Bring me back the pain, bring me back the late nights. Everything will change,